Ethan Cole never expected a storm to decide the rest of his life. He was just trying to get home to his 7-year-old daughter, Lily. The rain was coming down so hard it felt like the sky had cracked open. Wipers thrashed across the windshield, and thunder rolled like the world itself was angry. But then, through the sheets of rain, he saw a hazard light flashing on the side of the road. A car, a woman standing alone. Shivering, soaked, trying to shield herself from the wind. Ethan almost drove past. He had had a long day. Double shift at the garage, groceries still in the back seat, and a promise to Lily that he'd read her favorite bedtime story. But something inside him whispered, "Stop." And Ethan listened. He pulled over, stepped out into the icy rain, and jogged toward her. "Are you okay?" he shouted over the storm. The woman tried to smile, but her lips were trembling. "My car died. Phone's dead too. I didn't know what to do." Her voice shook, not just from cold, but something deeper. Ethan didn't hesitate. "Come on. My truck's warm. You shouldn't be out here." She nodded, relieved, and hurried with him through the pounding rain. Inside the truck, under the glow of the dashboard lights, Ethan finally got a good look at her. Elegant, composed even in chaos, carrying a heaviness in her eyes that told him she wasn't just stranded outside, but maybe in life too. He turned on the heater full blast. "You're safe now," he assured gently. She exhaled with visible relief. "Thank you. Most people wouldn't stop in a storm like this." Ethan shrugged. "Someone should." Story reminds us that kindness still matters. He said it casually, naturally, because he meant it. He had lived his whole life trying to prove it. She studied him for a long moment. "You're a good man. You have no idea what this means to me." He smiled. "Just doing what I hope someone would do for my daughter one day." As Ethan drove her to the nearest safe town, lightning split the sky, illuminating her face in flashes. "By the way," she said softly, "I'm Amelia." "Ethan." They exchanged tired but genuine smiles. When he dropped her off at a warm roadside inn, she turned back before closing the door. "If there's ever anything I can do for you," she said, voice steady despite the storm. "I mean anything. Please let me know." Ethan laughed lightly. "I think you already thanked me." He didn't ask for her number, didn't ask where she was from, didn't ask anything more. Just kindness. Then he drove home. That he didn't know that Amelia stared after his truck long after it disappeared, her mind racing, her heart shaken, because the moment he said his name, she recognized it. Ethan stood nervously in the courthouse hallway, clutching a stack of papers, child custody hearing. His ex-wife wanted full custody, claiming Ethan didn't have enough stability for their daughter. That he had worked so hard. Extra jobs, endless sacrifices, to prove he was enough for Lily. Now everything came down to the judge. He stepped into the courtroom. His heart dropped. Sitting at the bench was Amelia, the woman from the storm. Hair dry, suit pressed, posture composed. She wasn't just Amelia. She was Judge Amelia Hartwell, the judge assigned to his case. The judge who held his future, his daughter, and his entire world in her hands. Ethan felt the blood drain from his face. Amelia's eyes widened for a fraction of a second, just enough to reveal recognition. Then she regained her professional calm. But something warm flickered behind her gaze. Ethan's ex-wife's attorney argued relentlessly, questioning Ethan's finances, work hours, and living arrangements. They painted him as a struggling single father barely keeping afloat. Ethan felt smaller and smaller, until Amelia asked him, "Mr. Cole, if you had one chance to describe your commitment to your daughter, what would you say?" His voice cracked before he even spoke. "I'd say she's the reason I breathe. I'd say I'm not perfect, but I'm here. Every day, every night. I work until my hands ache. I save every dollar. I show up for school plays even when I'm exhausted. I cook, clean, listen, teach, hold her when she cries, and tell her she's never alone." He swallowed hard. "And if life ever puts her on the side of the road in a storm, I want to be the father she remembers stopped for someone else." For the first time in the courtroom, Amelia's eyes softened, because she had seen that man, not in paperwork, not in evidence, but in a stormy night when he acted out of pure kindness with nothing to gain. Amelia took a long, steady breath, looking over every paper, every report, and then looking at Ethan, the man who helped her without knowing who she was. Her voice was clear, calm, and decisive. "After reviewing all evidence," she said, It is the court's opinion that Mr. Ethan Cole has demonstrated extraordinary commitment, stability, and moral character. Full custody will remain with him. Ethan's legs nearly gave out. His ex-wife gasped. The room fell silent. Amelia added gently, "This court believes Lily deserves to stay with the parent who consistently chooses love, even in storms." Ethan met her eyes, overwhelmed. She gave the smallest, warmest nod, an unspoken thank you for the night before and for the man he chose to be. Outside the courthouse, the sky was clear, washed clean by the storm. Ethan stepped out with Lily in his arms, feeling like the world had given him back the one thing that mattered most. And he realized something. Kindness isn't about what you get in return, but it's about who you become, what you stand for, and how your actions ripple back in ways you never imagine. Because sometimes, the stranger you help in the storm is the very person who brings the sunshine back into your life.